Good morning, all. I am Snehal Satpute, your history teacher. Today, we are going to start a new chapter that is, from trade to territory, the company establishes power. Really, it is a very interesting chapter because if you remember, I told you in the previous video the history which we are going to learn this year is relative history. In the last chapter, we learn British came to India in the colonial period. They came as a trader in India. They thought Indian goods like spices and other valuable products, they will sell them in Europe and will earn money. First, they had trade purpose to come in India. But how they started ruling the country that we are going to learn in this lesson. The Britishers entered in India as a small trading company, that is, the East India Company. The company established its power. Let's see how. Before learning about the East India Company, first let us see what was the background of India before the Britishers' arrival. In Standard 7th, we learn about the Mughal period, Delhi Sultanate, Indian rulers, and in detail about the Mughal emperors or Mughal rulers. Just see the image carefully. You must have guessed whose picture is this. Yes, the picture is of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was the last powerful Mughal ruler. Mughal Empire started to decline after Aurangzeb's death in 1707. His successors were known as later Mughals. They were weak successors. They were unable to hold the empire together. After his death in 1707, many regional rulers strengthened their empire. Mughal governors, Subedars, began asserting their independence. They established regional kingdoms. Therefore, the power of Delhi was started declining. By 1857, Mughals were representing the India. The power of Delhi was declining. As a result, new power was emerging over India. They were British. Before moving to the topic, East India Company comes east. First understand what is East India Company. It is a trading company which came from England to India. Indian spices and some other valuable products had worldwide demand. In 1600, the East India Company acquired a charter from the ruler of England, Queen Elizabeth I. What is meant by a charter? The Queen Elizabeth I gave a charter to the East India Company, means she gave them a permission to trade with East. So the East India Company got a sole right to trade with East. Sole right means in England there were so many trading companies. If all demand to trade, a single company could not make profit. Therefore, the East India Company got a sole right to trade with East. They convinced the Queen Elizabeth, not only in India, but the other sides of the East, Indonesia, islands, and etc. They excluded competitions from other English trading companies with mercantile objectives made huge profit. Other English trading companies, they excluded competition from them. Means charter guaranteed that no other companies will go to East from England. The East India Company got sole rights from England. With mercantile objectives. Mercantile objectives means trading objectives. Buying goods from a place, will sell to another place and will make profit. Still, competition from other European powers was there. Other European powers means Portuguese, French, Dutch, not only England, the East India Company, but others also came to India to earn profit, and this created problems to the East India Company. Competitions created power, but nature of competitions further exaggerated problems. All the companies were interested in buying the same things. For example, cotton, silk, paper, clothes, cardamom, cinnamon. All these were in great demand. As the more demand for the same products, the prices were increased. This reduced the profits of the companies. There was only one solution to these problems, that to eliminate the rival competitors. Rival competitors means the other competitors like France, Portugal. Trading companies could flourish by eliminating the rival competitors only. This led to fierce battle between trading companies. The battles were started to eliminate the rival competitors. How? Ships were attacked, routes were blocked, trade was carried on with the arms, and trading posts were protected through fortification. To fight with rival competitors, they needed good army, soldiers, so trade was carried on with the arms. Suppose in West Bengal they uploaded their ships. There the goods were being kept for selling and buying. For these goods protection, they built forts. So they gave protection to their goods through fortification. Fortification by Britishers created conflicts with the local rulers. Local rulers didn't like their fortification. This led to intense conflict with local rulers. The company therefore found it difficult to separate trade from politics. We'll see how this happened in our next video. Today we have learned that how East India Company established its power in India, and also it had competition with other European countries. Hope you have understood all the subtopics. Read the lesson carefully and review the video. Thank you.